Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. First of all, it's great to have met Imam Majid, Ayn al-Kawakib min al-Shamus, you know. And he's a very dear friend of mine. We've traveled together a number of times. You know someone when you travel with them. And I traveled with him over a good portion of Europe. It's a long story, but mashallah, he's a party animal for Allah. I'll just say that. And straight halal. You know, straight halal, but he's a great man, and you're really lucky to have him. Hopefully he can stay here more often, and you try to anchor him down, because he's a great person, alhamdulillah. And, you know, Sheikh Omar is actually ill, so he's asking you to make dua for him. He's been traveling quite a bit, and he's sick. And secondly, it's an honor to be with you. Whenever you visit a community and you see people, and you see the Muslims, you know, and these majalis are the majalis of barakah. These are gatherings of barakah, and the sakina comes, the dhikrullah is there, mentioning al-Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So it's a great barakah to these experiences, and we should appreciate the time that we have together as Muslimin. You know, Imam Ibn al-Jawzi mentions in his Tabaqat al-Huffaz, which is a collection of historical figures who were considered Huffaz and Hadith, people who memorize more than 100,000 Hadith. And he mentions, you know, we take things for granted, because we're talking about the straight path. And he mentions Imam Abu Dawood, the great writer of the Sunnah, one of the writers of the Sunnah. And he mentions Sajistani, Abu Dawood al-Sajistani, rahimahullah, who was a student of Tirmidhi, and Tirmidhi was a student of Muslim, and Muslim was a student of Bukhari, and Bukhari was a student of the Shaykh of Imam Ahmad in Hadith. And he mentions that Imam Abu Dawood, one of the things that I want to talk about now, when we talk about the straight path, is not to take it for granted, not to be negligent of things, not to look past the little things that we tend not to really understand how important they are. One of them are these gatherings, right? So Imam Abu Dawood was riding on a boat, small craft, like a faluka if you've been in Masr. Faluka batana kida. So he was on the faluka, which is like a small canoe, and a man on the shore around 30 yards from him sneezed. And the man said, Alhamdulillah. So Imam Abu Dawood said to the man that was, you know, steering the boat, turn back and go to the shore. So he was like, well, this is ijara, like you know, we made a contract, I'm taking you from here to here, it's like a taxi, so if I take you to the shore, you know, it's like taxi drivers now, it's still in the Middle East. In other places, you got to pay me more money if you want me to take you to the shore. So, and here too. So Imam Abu Dawood said, no problem. And he said, I'll give you whatever you need, just take me to the shore. So he took him to the man who sneezed, and Imam Abu Dawood got off the boat, walked up to the man and said, Yarhamakallah. And then the man said to him, Yahdikumullah wa yuslihu balakum. Then he came back, and the guy on the boat said to him, like, you could have just yelled it. I mean, I didn't have to, like, drive you in the water, right, steer you back to the shore. But Imam Abu Dawud said, لَعَلَّهُ رَجُلٌ صَالِحٌ وَدَعْوَتُهُ مُسْتَجَابًا. Imam Abu Dawud said, perhaps he was a righteous man, and his dua for me will be accepted. That is not taking the little things for granted. And we talk about coming to Sirat Mustaqim, or the straight path, we should understand that we need to be very nuanced and very appreciative of all things, whether great or small. And that's what it means to be shakir to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.